Hello there, people of the internet, and hello again. I'm TheMBmulti, and welcome to part 40 something of my Minecraft for the Empire Season 1 into Germania. As I apologize for the lack of videos last week, and also the reason that this video is uploaded on not Monday. I don't know when this will be up. I'm aiming for this on Tuesday, but it's kind of late already, so it might be on Wednesday eventually. But anyway, hello everyone. The reason why of all the delay of the videos, you might hear it already. I am sick right now. I was sick exactly an entire week. I was sick. I became sick last week Tuesday, and it's now 1 week later Tuesday, and I'm still, as you can hear, not fully healthy. So. Yeah, that's why. And I couldn't really make any videos before because I was too sick, but now I'm just really like only have a little bit of a running nose and I'm coughing the whole time and stuff like that. So, after that I felt like I need to make a video. I can't leave you Romans without a video for that long. It's not that you will die or something if that happens, but it's just like I also need the excitement of making videos in my bloodstream, so therefore I decided to make some videos. So if the audio quality of my voice is not fantastic, then that is because I'm sick, so I apologize for that in advance. Anyway, in this episode, in order to actually forget about the fact that I'm not 100% healthy at the moment, we're going to celebrate not the fact that I am not feeling great, but we're going to celebrate a Roman holiday. Everyone, happy Saturnalia, everybody. This entire week, actually, the Romans used to celebrate the festival of Saturnalia. It started on the 17th of December, and it ended on the 24th of December. And Saturnalia is the biggest... is the biggest, the most famous, and the most beloved Roman festival of all. This is the festival of festivals. This is like what you live for the entire year to join the Saturnalia festival. And I'll obviously explain to you what all the festivities include. Yeah, first things first, we're gonna go out and grab some stuff. As you can see, it has been snowing while you were gone because obviously it's winter. So all the crops are not really getting a lot of water anymore because all the things are frozen. But yeah, we have a lot of food in the reserve, so it's nothing to worry about. Also, from time to time, you might see some very unoccasional cuts, like just then, because I have to cough, and I'm just gonna cut that out because it sounds kind of gross to record all that stuff. Alright, so what I'm gonna do before I'm gonna celebrate Saturnalia with you Romans, I'm going to go over to the Fisher Port, which is completely frozen as well, and I'm gonna grab the stuff and sell that at the marketplace, at the forum, I mean. We've got a ton of... Let's first bring all the... yeah, let's first bring all the fish and stuff in here and see what we can keep or can throw away. Well, that's the hides. Here's the fish stuff. I suggest we add one more stack. We add those clownfish there as well. Now that's... There. 2 stacks. Yeah, that's good enough. And then this stuff. Oh. But you should have dropped this back home. Ah, whatever. You can just stay there, and then once the sea stuff dries up there again, then the fisher can continue in doing his stuff. But anyway, Saturnalia, as I said, it's the biggest Roman festival of all of them. Oh no, here we go. The Canadified trader sold that stuff, yeah. Oh, unfortunately, we're just gonna have to drop it onto his face because Alright, so I'm just gonna guess that I'm gonna be here for a while. Or maybe if I sell the fish first. They sell for 2 for a piece. 2 for 1 piece, so. All this money lying here on the ground, looking kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I definitely don't want to get rid of too much hunger because I want to keep some. Right, there's no chest that we can very temporarily borrow. If we stop, yeah, there we go. We can, if we can make it there, there we go. Then I can put this stuff in. We'll get it back later. Then I can pick up all the fucking money in here. Here we go. Still stupid that there's no shift click and then you do everything. Or it doesn't specifically have to be shift, but just you click and then it happens all at once. Because that would be a lot easier for stuff like this. You can turn gold nuggets into gold bars, right? So if that's possible, I think it is, and I think it is. We can turn this into gold ingots, and we can turn that into gold blocks, and then we save even more space. So let's just go until let's just continue until all the space that we have is gone for us to put money in. In the meantime, I guess I could just explain what Saturnalia is about because you probably don't have any idea unless you googled it in the meantime. And it's because probably not going to make that. No, we're not. All right, I'm just gonna do this in the meantime. Anyway, Saturnalia, as I said, it is the biggest and most famous Roman festival of all. A Roman historian, I believe, can't remember what his name was. He called it December Liberty because of all the festivities that it included a lot of various things. And I'll obviously talk about that in a second. Oh, hang on, don't even know why I'm fucking trying. Here we go. Right, and that leaves us with more inventory space, and then we can continue. If we grab this again, here we go. Whew, alright, so I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna explain what Saturnalia is all about. Right, so basically Saturnalia is the, as I said, the biggest thing. I've said it like 5 times already. It is basically the Roman celebration to thank Saturn, which is obviously why it's called Saturnalia, the Roman god of argiculture. It is to thank him for the agricultural season, which is obviously ended now because it's winter, so you can't grow any crops. In theory, well, in Minecraft, the farmers seem to be perfectly capable of doing so. But in real life, obviously, you aren't able to continue growing your crops. So yeah, Saturnalia is about stuff like that, thanking Saturn. Obviously, in the beginning, the first day, 17th of December, as I said, all the Roman men would go rise very early, and they would go over to the bathhouse and take a bath. Well, obviously we weren't able to do that because the bathhouse isn't done, but we were able to bath in the hot water spring that we discovered over at the gardens, which we still have to name. We still don't have a name for the gardens yet. So yeah, you would like get up really early in the morning, and then you would head over and grab and go to the bathhouse and then take a bath together with your friends, basically. Alright, in the afternoon, end of the afternoon, there would be sacrifices to Saturn, of course, celebrating and thanking him for the crops that he's given us and the food and everything else. And once that's done, usually at the forum or somewhere else, public area, there would be a huge banquet. Like there would be large tables and everything, and I just have to pay attention a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Anyway, so yeah, you would have. Oh no, not that one. After the sacrifices, there would be a banquet at the forum. There would be large tables with food on it, and then everybody would be enjoying a free meal. And then after that was done, you would everybody would turn to each other and say "Yo, Saturnalia," which is the greeting of the day. Well, of the day of the festival. During the entire festival, you would basically say that to each other when you leave. So you would say that to one another, and then you would go your own way, and then the festivities continued at home. The festivities in the home include giving presents to each other. So giving presents to each other. These presents were usually like wooden dolls who represented something I can't really remember. It was a story about Saturn, but I can't really remember what it was. Right, now we have to sell the fish and the salmon and the pufferfish, and then we can turn all that stuff back into iron golden bars, and then we can, after that, actually celebrate Saturnalia after all this shit is done. So yeah, basically that's what you would do. You would go home after the banquet at the forum. You would go home, and then you would give each other presents, and you would celebrate Saturnalia together. Saturnalia is mostly known for the weird. It's mostly known for obviously the sacrifices to Saturn, but also for three other things. First of all, the weird clothes that you would be wearing. Well, it's not really weird, but it's just unusual, if I can say it like that. Because usually a Roman man would obviously wear a toga, which is the thing that shows that he's a formal Roman citizen, and he has the Roman rights, he has the right to vote and stuff like that. But during Saturnalia, nobody wore a toga, and that is primarily because it was kind of a weird thing to wear. It was kind of difficult to get into as well, so that's why they didn't really. So and because it was a festival of being free and having nothing to worry about. In Saturnalia, you didn't wear a toga because you weren't really free to move if you had a toga. You were only able to make certain moves. So that's why nobody wore a toga during Saturnalia. Oh no, that's the wrong person. I do have to keep in mind that I keep a couple golden coins left because I need to buy some stuff. Otherwise, otherwise I have to turn my golden ingots back. I can turn them back into stuff, right? Yeah, I can. Okay, that's good. So yeah, nobody wore a toga. Also, people wore a plinus, I believe it's called. It is a Greek hat, and hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we can't make another stack, but we can make some golden ingots. But yeah, I believe it's called a Plinius or something along those lines. And that is a Greek hat. And that was a hat that's the symbol for freedom. So if you wore that hat, then everybody could see that that guy was a free man. So yeah, everybody. Usually you didn't really wear that thing because even though it stood like as a symbol for freedom, usually people didn't really wear that because it was because it kind of looked like you were poor that you have to wear that kind of. It wasn't really like a luxury hat or something. It was kind of like a crappy thing made of cloth. So it didn't really look well on a rich Roman, if you get me. Usually Romans didn't really wear a lot of stuff on their head anyway, except for helmets, of course, when they were at war. So yeah, that's basically what that was all about. So yeah, that's the weird clothing stuff, basically. So yeah, that's what that's what Saturnalia is also known about, because the weird clothing that you would wear. Also, another thing is that the entire public life was kind of not there, if you get me. Because during the entire time of Saturnalia, courts were closed, the basilica was closed, I mean. The basilica was closed, so nothing... let's actually keep this money, because it's more than enough for me to pay the stuff that I want. And at least I've got some extra... Oh, no, don't want the furnace. I want... No, for fuck's... Oh, never mind, just go around then. Oh, you're stuck. So yeah, basically all the basilicas would be closed, schools were closed. If there was a threat of war, the Roman soldiers weren't allowed to march out, so the entire public life was like not there. There was like nothing was allowed, nothing. Nobody had to. Well, primarily nobody had to like work and stuff, because that would be done by slaves. So yeah, it was like completely crazy, the Roman Empire at that time, because everything, the entire social life was gone. Everything was nothing. You didn't have to do anything. Everything you had to do was party and be nice to each other and stuff like that. So that's the whole. That's what everything was about. Just party and be nice. And have a great time. You didn't have to worry about anything. You got free from your work. You got free from school. No courts, so no judgments. Punishing the punishment of criminals would be hold back until Saturnalia was over. So everything was adapted so that Saturnalia could go on undisturbed, and that's and that's everything else was able to, and that nothing was going to get in the way of the celebration of Saturnalia. Let's actually store this in the holdings of Jupiter, because I've actually expanded the Temple of Jupiter with some what's it called? With some underground holdings for gold. So let's store this stuff in the Temple of Jupiter. As you can see, here it is. Got a little statue over here, and I really like these kind of window things that you can look through. So we're just going to store all this gold in here. Here we go. Store it safely inside the Temple of Jupiter. And Juno. Sorry, Juno. So yeah, that was the second thing that was kind of remarkable about Saturnalia. And then the third thing, is one of the celebrational things, and that is a role reversal. I don't know on which day that was celebrated. I don't believe there was an exact date, but anyway, during the Saturnalia celebrations, there would be a role reversal, which, that is basically what it sounds like. You change from role, basically. It's simple as that. So slaves and masters would switch around. Instead of the slaves cooking for the masters as they've done basically their whole fucking year, the masters would cook for their slaves instead. And they would clean their beds, and they would clean the house, and they would do everything, and the slaves didn't have to do anything. So they switched that around for one day. And it was basically to show your respect to your slaves and to thank them for the hard work that they did for you the whole year. Obviously, not everybody did that, because there were obviously always those annoying Romans who are like, no, I'm not going to do that shit. My slaves do that work for me. I don't do that. But primarily most of the Romans did that because it was tradition, basically. Just for one day, the slave wasn't the slave, but the master would be the slave, kind of. But the slave couldn't really order anything. But also, gambling was allowed. Gambling was strictly forbidden in the entire Roman Empire, but during Saturnalia, gambling was allowed the entire week long, and also for slaves it was allowed. Slaves were allowed to gamble together with their masters, which was also unthinkable usually, but except on Saturnalia when everything was possible. And that's why the Roman historians called it December Liberty, because every standard rule in the Roman society book, that slaves are your property, that they have to do everything you say, they can't eat on you with the same table, they can't do the same stuff as you can. All those rules were all abandoned in Saturnalia. Everybody was equal during those celebrational feasts. And that's why they called it December Liberty, because that was very... The entire Roman Empire was like upside down. It was like, completely crazy. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to cook for my... Praetorians and my personal cook and all their staff that is in my house the whole time, taking care of me. I'm gonna cook for them tonight, so that's why I had to save some money, because I'm gonna grab some. I'm not gonna buy some cooked meat because that's cheap. I'm gonna cook it myself. Wow, that sounded really like I acted that, but that was real. Okay. I also can't scream. I noticed that because I was playing what was it again? I believe it was Counter-Strike, and I was failing as usual because I'm very fucking terrible at Counter-Strike. And I was raging, of course, because I'm a little bitch. And I screamed like "What the hell" or something, and I had a huge voice crack while I said that. I was like, okay, you can't even scream when you're sick, and it also hurt my voice, so I stopped after that. What should I buy though? There's nothing to do with the fucking story of this, of course, but what shall I make? Let's make some chicken, because that's typical Roman. Alright, I believe we got 3 Praetorians, we got my personal assassin, we've got Fire Wizard, my war guy, and then we've got Starburst Games, my personal chef. So that's 6. There we go. Let's buy 6 chickens. Alright, so 6 chickens, and then we'll also buy 6 raw salmon. Oh, whoops, bought 7. Oh yeah, of course, because I need to eat as well. I almost forgot myself buying stuff for my friends. Alright, so that's that. Here we go. They always get stuck on here. They never learn. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, can't really do anything about that. This guy just walks past. Oh no, he doesn't walk past because the thing is actually here. Maybe we should change the other thing to be there or something. No, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just gonna celebrate over here first. This is just gonna kind of pretend to be the banquet at the forum. It's already happened, but I'm just gonna sit here and buy some foods from Smorbiff over here. Let's put some music on. Let's just sit here next to these legionnaires. There we go. Oh, love some milk, thank you very much. Let's actually buy some more milk for my guest later on. It's 4, 5, 6. There we go. Awesome mushroom stew. I haven't had mushroom stew in ages. Some fish, because I've got salmon myself. There we go. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's that is Saturnalia basically. So I hope I've informed you a little bit of this Roman festival. While we enjoy some music. I hate it when my hand goes like that. It's very annoying. So yeah, that's the biggest Roman festival of the year, Saturnalia. Basically the Roman version of Christmas, but of course the Romans weren't Christian at this point. But yeah, giving gifts, exchanging rolls with your slaves, gambling, feasting, party, hardcore basically, throughout the entire empire. No courts, no school, the entire social life was gone. You had nothing to worry about, only thing you had to worry about is party. Easy clothes. You don't have to wear like a formal toga and everything. Just easy clothes. And yeah, basically that's what Saturnalia is about. December Liberty, as it was called. As we enjoy a lovely version of Cat, of course, the one of the oldest music tracks from Minecraft. Back in Alpha, I think this was already there, if I remember correctly. Let's go see. Yeah, it stops when you do that, right? I can go to my web browser by this. So let's really quickly Google. I hope that I can find that actually. Minecraft Cat music disc. Music disc, Minecraft wiki. Well, it's probably on there. Music disc. Cats can be found 26.1% of dungeon chests. Okay. Oh yeah, of course. If a skeleton kills a creeper, it drops a random music disc. History. April 2010. C418 uploaded this video on YouTube, contains music tracks. Version 1. Alpha version 1.014. 13 and Cat were the first records to be added to Minecraft. Records officially renamed to Music Disc. 30 was an ambient track before this update. Minecraft Alpha in 2010. Version Alpha 1.0.14. That is the very first time that the music discs were added. Holy fucking shit, this thing's been around for 5 years. And about almost 6 years, because it's almost 2016, of course. Now, speaking of 2016, I'm obviously going to make a annual YouTube highlights on a annual YouTube highlights video of my channel, because I do that, well, as the word annual says, every year. So yeah, I'm gonna do it this year too. So that's basically it. But Alpha version 1.0.14 in April 2010. Holy shit, that's so long ago, but it feels so recent, to be honest. I might be getting old. I don't know. I'm 18, but who knows? I remember playing Alpha for the first time. My friend actually showed it to me. I'm gonna grab some coal, by the way, just in case you're wondering what I'm doing. What the fuck am I doing, actually? Why am I grabbing coal? I've got coal on my home, I think. But yeah, I remember playing Alpha for the first time. A friend of mine showed it to me. He said, "Oh, yo, you have to check this game. It's really cool." And he showed me like a online sort of creative thing. I believe it was InfDev. It wasn't even Alpha. I believe it was InfDev. You can't even see the road over here. I'm sorry for all the weird cuts in this video, but yeah, of course, as I said, I'm gonna try to cut out all the coughing in this video. Alright, let's get cooking. While I talk about Minecraft Alpha. Where is it? Crafting supplies. Yeah, there we go. There's more than enough coal in here. So yeah, a friend of mine showed it to me, and oh wow, I completely forgot about this. Don't even need to put the coal in. I've got enough there. So yeah, a friend of mine showed it to me. I believe it was even InfDev. Not even Alpha, I believe it was InfDev, even before that. But anyway, whatever version it was, he showed it to me. He's like, "Oh, this is a pretty cool game. You can like build stuff and do whatever." And I was like, "Okay." It was kind of weirded out because it was kind of a weird explanation of him at the time. So I was like, "Okay, whatever. I'll check it out." Oh no, it's mob drops, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Another coughing spree, fantastic. So yeah, he showed it to me now. He was like, "Yeah, this is a pretty cool game. You can build stuff and do whatever you want." And I was kind of skeptical because I looked at it for the first time. It was blocks and squares, and I was like, "What the fuck is this game?" But he showed it. He's like, he promised, "No, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You just build. Well, what do you want to build?" I was like, "A castle or something." "No, you can build stuff. Now you open your inventory like this, and you grab your cobblestone like that, and blah blah blah." Anyway, he got me. Yeah, eventually, I built a castle. Well, and that wasn't even a castle. I built a underwater home with a TNT storage because I found TNT as well at the first time. It was like, see, it's pretty amazing, right? You can build whatever. And I was immediately hooked on. I was like, oh my fucking god, I love this game so much. So we illegally downloaded the alpha version once it came out. And together, oh, hey Charles. Yo, Saturnalia. Um, so once the alpha version came out, we immediately bought it. I mean, we immediately illegally downloaded it. Eventually I bought it. I have the bought version of Minecraft right now because I'm a nice person. I'm not going to illegally steal anything. Oh, by the way, I've increased the size of my garden, as you can see, because there was nothing in this area, and I thought, well, I might as well increase my garden for with this, because why not? So we downloaded that the free version. Oh, actually, Charles, you can join us on the dining table. We're not going to eat you, of course, but we just need to have you with us. There you go. And my dog can actually join as well, which I still haven't named yet. As you can see, everybody's already over here. Don't know why there's an extra plate there, but I felt it just looked more symmetrical. Is he outside, or did he is he like right there, or did he teleport somewhere? Charles is sitting at the thing there. I don't even know where he is. He might have teleported outside or something. Anyway, so yeah, my friend he showed, and we downloaded the alpha version, and we went on a single player world together. Every day we would switch. I would play like one day when the sun went down and came up again. Then my friend would play, and then eventually we figured out that we can figured out how to make glass. So we made a furnace and we melted some sand, so we got some glass. And so yeah, once we did that, we made up a glass, and then we set out, and then because there were no beds in alpha, there were no beds yet, so we had to spend the entire night doing nothing because we were too scared of going into the caves. I remember the first time I went into a cave, it was I found it immensely scary because I heard spiders and zombies the whole time. So yeah, during the nighttime, we would sit inside a very crappy chair, which we made of wool blocks, because obviously there's no chair. This is a mod, of course. There was no chair, so we just placed some blocks around in this kind of a chair shape-ish, and we would sit in there, and then in front of a huge glass window, and we would sit outside, and we would look, and we would just look at the monsters that roamed outside, and we were like, ooh, it's scary outside. We're not going to go outside because it's scary. Because we, yeah, Minecraft Alpha. I really should make like a Let's Play in which I play Minecraft Alpha to see whether I enjoy it still so much because of all the new updates. Might be the idea for the future. Tell me in the comments what you think of that. Anyway, I'm going to end up this episode really soon. I'm first of all just going to give food to everyone. Okay, everyone, we're just going to celebrate Saturnalia together. Charles, would you mind get off the plate of Augustus of Julius? Oh. I'm just going to sit there. Alright, here we go. I'm going to give some drinks to everyone. So yeah, I made this myself, so please enjoy. Here we go. Alright, bon appetit. Anyway, I'm just going to cough as usual, and I'm gonna end off this episode right now. So I hope you almost enjoyed the video. As I said, I'm sorry for the lack of videos last week because I was sick. I'm still am, and also sorry for the kind of weird voice because, as you can hear, and of the weird cuts, I am still sick. I'm coughing a lot, so that's why. I hope I'll be able to upload a couple more videos this week. Obviously, I'm gonna try to do the behind-the-scenes video, and obviously the Christmas special on Friday. We're gonna be 2 videos on Friday. The behind-the-scenes, hopefully, of Adventure Jurassic Park, and if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to upload it on another day. I hope you Romans don't mind. And then, of course, the Christmas special on Friday, and obviously the YouTube highlights on the 1st of January. Anyway, it's gonna be for this one. I hope you almost enjoyed the video. So click the like button underneath if you liked the video. Subscribe to be part of the Roman Army so you don't miss any videos. You can do that by clicking the subscribe button. It will appear over the left of here, or the subscribe button underneath the video. See you later, Romans. Ave.